Pretty Timmy and T, yeah, we raising the bar. Every sip's an adventure, we shooting for stars. Cut those wheels, take the scene, now we gliding in style. From the vineyards to the lounge, we redefining the mile. 4092 the base where the legends reside. Mixing vibes, not just drinks, it's the culture we provide. Tuesday libations, Wednesday we scrutinize. Catch the flavor, feel the energy, we on the rise. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real. Yeah. Have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl T from Adventures of Spirit, and welcome to Spirit Scrutiny. And actually, this is our second Spirit Scrutiny for the year. I can't get these dates. You know, the holidays fall on a Wednesday. I think this is the second Spirit Scrutiny. I almost forgot the first one. But today, everybody, we will be tasting Gentleman's Cut Kentucky Straight Bourbon. And this is actually Steph Curry's bourbon. So today, just wanted to, I was able to get the bottle. I've heard so much about it. Thank you to Fats and Tree and Meat and I, Sipping with Meat and I specifically, as well as a few others from a couple of other places outside of the YouTube industry. And I just felt that I just had to get it, had to taste it. It's the 2024 release. So I just had to taste it, see what it's like, and then let you know if it's something that, if it's worth the money for the juice, and whether it's good to put on your own home bar or whether it's something you can pass on. So without further ado, let me get my notes. So Gentleman's Cut, as you can see, it's a nice bottle. It has a little signature there. But Gentleman's Cut is Kentucky Straight Bourbon whiskey, and Steph Curry and John Schwartz. Actually, well, I put it to you this way. It's actually Stephen Curry, in addition to joining with John Schwartz. John Schwartz is the owner of the Amuse-Boucher winery. So Steph got with him, created Gentleman's Cut. Hopefully it's good. From what it says, it's a blend of 75% corn, 21% rye, and 4% malted barley. It's 90 proof. It's aged for about 5 to 7 years in charred new white oak barrels. In some other places, it may not be new. It just says charred oak barrels, and it could be used. The distillation is basically called, his distillation and bottling is called the Game Changer. And that's basically can y'all forgive me? My tongue is just twisted today. But basically, the distillery is called the Game Changer Distillery, and that's in Boone County, Kentucky. That's what I meant to say. Sorry, you all. And the name, why Gentleman's Cut? So it says here that the name refers to the art of crafting a fine spirit and Curry's skillful movement on and off the court. So basically, this is supposed to represent fine taste as well as good basketball. So let's go ahead and get into this. So according to the notes, the tasting notes, they say it's supposed to be honey, vanilla bean, caramel, cinnamon, and toasted chestnut. So most of those are usual flavors of a bourbon. But I'm curious to see how that toasted chestnut will actually taste. So as we can see here, it's like a nice dark amber color here. In terms of the legs, it has some nice legs. It's medium bodied. It's not all that thick, but which means it might not be all that sweet, and I hope not. So Steph, don't disappoint me. Let me take this into the nose. Okay. The smell is a little different. The nose is not very different, but different. Like it has your basis bourbon notes. Your basic bourbon notes are going to be your caramel, your vanillas. Um, some people may taste honey, but I do smell the cinnamon. I don't know about the chestnut though, but it did say tasting notes. But sometimes your tasting notes might resemble what you take in through your nose. But I don't really smell anything outside of that. But smells good. So let's go ahead and taste this, shall we? A little warm, but nothing overpowering. Meaning, um, upon first entry, you don't, it's just slightly warm. But what I'm feeling now is beginning to rain on my gums. So my gums feel like I just put mouthwash in my mouth. So it is kind of warm on the gum. And in terms of the texture is very smooth, very smooth. And the taste is very flavorful. Like it is, I put it this way, it's good. Okay. This very flavorful. You taste everything that you smell. In terms of, I'm still looking for that toasted chestnut, but let me see if I taste anything else. Because it is medium bodied, so I don't really expect the finish to last that long. Usually, the more heavy bodied um, spirits or wines, they usually the flavor usually lasts a little longer. Now, this one is medium body because it's already dissipating. The flavor is going away. However, it is transitioning to something else. Let's taste this again. Still warm, seems to be consistent. The flavor is consistent. The texture is consistent. And after a little bit of time, I'm starting to, the flavor's about to go away. So it's not a long finish. It's not a short finish. I would say about medium, between short and medium. And I still don't taste the chestnut, but that's just my palate. You can taste it and probably taste something totally different. But at the end of the day, if you want to know end my end result on this, definitely something to keep on the bar. What are you likely to pay for this? You can find it anywhere between $75 and $105. I've seen it for different price ranges, but I had someone look out for me at the package store that I frequent, and I paid 85 for this one. So is it worth $85? It's good. I bought it. Do I regret that I bought it for 85? No. Could it be, sold for something less, like what I would expect going forward? I would figure 65 bucks. Not that much lower, but I'm pretty sure, it got, Steph's name is in it and so forth. So, he got to get his coins. So, with all of that, I can say it is definitely worth it. Do I regret spending my money? No. Will this stay up on my bar? Yes. Will I replenish it if it went out? Maybe. Depends. Depends on if I find something else that's better than this. And I have a lot to choose from. But this is good for sipping. Would I mix this? No, I wouldn't mix it. It's much too smooth and it's much too flavorful to mix it. You can. I can't tell you how to drink, right? But just know that when you actually taste something that is worth the flavor, as well, it has a higher price point. you really don't want to mess it up by mixing it. But hey, to each his own. If you prefer to mix it, please have at it. But for me, I'll just go to sipping. So that concludes our episode of Spirit Scrutiny with Gentleman's Cut. Great job, Steph Curry. And we'll see you on the next run. And don't forget, please drink wisely. Okay. I'm gonna have to start putting disclaimers on my videos just to make sure, because I don't want people to think like I'm pushing you to drink. But if you do drink the good stuff. That's all I got to say, is drink the good stuff. Don't walk around drunk around here drinking the bad stuff. If you're gonna get tipsy, drink the good stuff. But anyway, you all have a good evening, and I will see you on the next one. See ya.
For the real one, have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real ones. For the real ones, for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real one. For the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. For the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Yeah. Have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real. For the real ones. For the real ones. Have a toast for the real. Have a toast for the real. Have a toast for the real.